Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of English Rhythm. I'm your host, Sarah, and today we have a special guest, Simon, who is a fitness enthusiast. We'll be talking about fitness and learning some useful English expressions along the way. Welcome, Simon.
Hi, Sarah. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Great to have you. So, Simon, can you tell us a little bit about your fitness journey? How did you get started?
Sure. I started getting into fitness about 5 years ago. I was feeling really out of shape and wanted to make a change. I began by going to the gym a few times a week and gradually increased my workouts as I got more comfortable.
That's awesome. What kind of exercises do you typically do?
I like to mix things up to keep it interesting. I do a combination of weightlifting, cardio, and flexibility exercises. For example, I might start with some weightlifting, like squats or bench presses, then do some running or cycling, and finish with stretching or yoga.
That sounds like a well-rounded routine. Now, let's teach our listeners some useful fitness-related vocabulary. How about we start with the word cardio? What does it mean?
Sure, cardio is short for cardiovascular exercise, which is any exercise that raises your heart rate. Running, cycling, and swimming are all examples of cardio exercises.
Great explanation. Another common term is reps. Can you explain what that means?
Of course, reps is short for repetitions. It's the number of times you perform a specific exercise. For example, if you do 10 push-ups, that's 10 reps.
Perfect. Let's also talk about the term sets. What does it mean in a workout context?
Good idea. A set is a group of consecutive repetitions. For instance, if you do 10 push-ups, take a break, and then do another 10 push-ups, you've completed 2 sets of 10 reps each.
Thanks for clarifying that. Now, let's discuss motivation. Staying motivated can be challenging. What keeps you motivated to work out regularly?
That's a great question. For me, it's about setting goals and tracking my progress. I like to set both short-term and long-term goals. It could be something like running a certain distance or lifting a specific weight. Seeing progress over time really helps keep me motivated.
Setting goals is definitely a good strategy. Do you have any tips for beginners who are just starting their fitness journey?
Yes, absolutely. My first tip is to start slow and gradually increase the intensity of your workouts. It's important to listen to your body and avoid overtraining. Also, find activities that you enjoy. If you like what you're doing, you're more likely to stick with it.
Great advice! And how about nutrition? How important is diet in your fitness routine?
Nutrition is extremely important. You can't outtrain a bad diet. I focus on eating a balanced diet with plenty of protein, healthy fats, and carbohydrates. It's also important to stay hydrated and get enough sleep.
Speaking of diet, do you have a favorite healthy recipe you can share with our listeners?
Sure, one of my go-to meals is a quinoa salad. It's really simple to make. You just need cooked quinoa, chopped vegetables like cucumbers, tomatoes, and bell peppers, and some grilled chicken or chickpeas for protein. Toss it all together with a little olive oil, lemon juice, and some seasonings like salt and pepper. It's delicious and nutritious.
That sounds amazing! It seems like you have a lot of great tips and knowledge to share. Before we wrap up, is there anything else you want to add about fitness or your personal experience?
Just that consistency is key. It's not about being perfect every day, but about showing up and doing something, even if it's just a little bit. And don't be afraid to ask for help or advice from trainers or more experienced fitness enthusiasts.
Well, thank you so much, Simon, for coming on the show and sharing all this valuable information with us. We've learned about different fitness exercises, useful vocabulary, motivation strategies, beginner tips, the importance of nutrition, and even a great recipe. I hope our listeners will be inspired to start or continue their fitness journeys and use these English expressions in their conversations about fitness. That's all for this episode of English Rhythm. See you next time.